afternoon, evening, morning, whatever time you're watching this. Today is November the 7th, I think. 6th, 7th, something like that. Um, yeah. So I hope that everybody had a very my phone is on 10%. I hope that everybody is having a very peaceful and just super chill day. Actually, I don't know if this is gonna work. I might just this won't be a long message anyway. It's just a downloaded message that I got as I was sitting here in the car, relaxing, chilling out, maxing, relaxing out, cooling out, doing all the things, right? Um, I started to think about my day yesterday, and I had a conversation with one of my teachers just about how back in the day I used to say oh, I think the voting system is a scam, yada yada. I have my opinions. We listen and we don't judge, okay? I think I'm not gonna say what I think because at this point I've grown. So um my teacher basically told me that a lot of people have that stage. She was like, yeah, almost everybody goes through that stage. And what it made me think about was why I felt like, voting didn't matter. I was saying the system was rigged. Oh God. But what I really meant behind all of those statements was I felt like we didn't have power. To be specific, I felt like as Black people, we didn't necessarily have power in the voting system. So I was kind of, what's the point? Or even if we do have a little bit of power, that's not doing enough to help us. So what is literally the point, right? That's what I was thinking and saying. And to a certain extent, it makes sense. And yes, you can say that. But on the other side of literally the same coin, you have to acknowledge that even if there's a little bit of power there, I'm getting somewhere, guys, please. Even if there's a little bit of power there, that's something that you can do something with. That's fertile ground. You know what I'm saying? What's up, guys? What's up, everybody in the chat? Um, that's something that you can work with. So basically, Spirit was letting me know that some of you guys might feel like you might be in a moment in your life or a period or a phase in your life where you might feel like you don't really have a lot of power in the space that you are. You don't really have a lot of power to change things and to make things as ideal as you would like, as ideal as your hopes and dreams. You might be thinking about when you were a child, and where you thought you might be by this age. Spirit is saying just acknowledge what you do have, because what you do have you can work with, and you can actually do a lot more than what you're realizing right now. But the only reason why you're not realizing it is because that's not necessarily the focus. You guys might be focused on what you want. Today I was talking to my mom, and my mom mentioned something about when you feel like you want something or you don't have it, that's when you start to chase it in a way, even if it's subconscious. You do little things, you make yourself feel bad for not having it, right? But when you focus on the things that you do have, you know gratefulness for the things that you do have, you'll start to see what you can do with the things that you have, and that'll keep you busy, and it'll bring happiness, you know and it'll bring more opportunity. It'll bring more things in that are actually aligned with you, because when you start to focus on the things that you don't have or the things that you can't control, the universe is automatically going to align you with those things, the things that are going to reject you, the things that are going to make you feel shameful. So Spirit is really asking us right now to focus on the things that are going well for you. Focus on the things that you have. Focus on the beauty around you, the small things, the little things, you know, the people that text you, even if you might be busy, you know, the people that smile at you just randomly. You might work at like a store or something, or a bar, or, you know, the people that are actually really nice, the people that you feel like you vibe with. These are things, just the small things. Really grasp onto the small things. Spirit is saying that's going to change your entire experience. What's up, guys? What's up, Hayden? Osuma. Oh, I'm so sorry if I butchered that name. But yeah, that's in another way too. That's also claiming your power and taking your power back, right? Because when you take ownership of the things that you do have, it makes you confident, because you're starting to have fertile ground. So you're starting to be creative, right? You're starting to pick up new hobbies, new activities. You're having new thoughts, things that you can advance. What's up, guys? It's a lot of people in the chat. What's up, guys? So when you take your power back, taking your power back allows you to, you guys are like distracting me a little bit, but it's okay. That was basically the message. Taking your power back allows you to have more control over your life. And, you know, that's really what helps you build your confidence as well. So, yeah. All right, guys. I don't know why I'm feeling like anxious and nervous now. I'll take that as a message too, because when I got on, I really was not feeling like, some of you guys might specifically be dealing with feeling like you might not have a lot of control within like public speaking, or being in crowds, or being in big groups, or even just like speaking to certain people, maybe like in certain relationship dynamics. I almost didn't even catch that. That was wild. That energy just like, but yeah, some of you guys might feel like that's something that you necessarily can't control. Spirit is asking you, well, first of all, Spirit is asking you to do some meditations with your inner team specifically. Do some inner team work. I'm just channeling. Do some inner team work, and also focus on your morning routine as well. And that's going to really help, basically help your body regulate before you get into whatever you are doing for your public speaking. Make sure you do your meditations though, and focus those meditations on the inner team specifically. Spirit is saying, because that's when a lot of these like traits start to develop, like during the teen years, starting at like really 10. So yeah, I don't necessarily want to just like keep channeling, but it was good. It was good chatting with y'all. I don't know. This was a short message. It was really just about taking your power back, and um, knowing that even if you feel like you only have a little bit of power, that's still something. You know, that's not something to negate. Definitely still give yourself the credit too. Give give yourself the credit for what you do have, right? And that's going to change your entire perspective. But all right, guys, I'm about to hop out of here. Shout out to everybody that was in the chat tonight. Remy, Fox, Joshua, all of you guys. All right. I love you, legends. I will see you later. I low key, high key got some paper to write. I think that's also why I'm feeling anxious a little bit. But all right, guys. Don't forget to like the video if it resonated with you. Also subscribe to the channel. And oh yeah, subscribe to the channel. You know you'll be back. I'm trying to like remember all of my little things, but you guys literally always come back. But I love you guys, and I will catch you next time. Peace.